Hi guys, and welcome to IGT Nathan channel. And today we're gonna be showing you how to make, how to make a, actually good track mouse cursor tracking mechanism. So we're gonna save the project there, and now I'm gonna make a new project. We're gonna call it realistic mouse tracking. Now let's just quickly draw a sprite, or anything really. Now you might see something different. That's because I got Scratch add-ons. Currently I'm making a mouse cursor. This is a mouse cursor. This is my best mouse cursor right now. So I'm gonna go make a mouse cursor like. So we're gonna want it like this. Okay. Now we got our mouse cursor. Down and no, we don't want to use that. Bring that back. Put that right there. So yeah, can in fact do this. Let's see. Let's make a nice little background, as you can see. I'm gonna go select these two. There you go. I actually think I'm gonna want to size this up a little, since it's a bit small for a mouse cursor. Now that looks more like a good looking mouse cursor. Now, of course, we're not just gonna do the basic scripting of a forever on a go on a not go to random, but we're not gonna do a basic go to mouse pointer. As you can see, it does already have some good little things. Of course, we could just, do, where is it? Distance to mouse cursor. Right, we could just do this. Distance to mouse pointer divided by 5. No, we could do this basic thing. The basicest thing. Can move here. Can just set this to 0, 0. Yes. That's pretty useless. You would also want to point the direction of the mouse pointer. But this is not very good. See. So we're gonna move over here, and we're gonna make it go, let's make it not rotate. Now, why are we making it not rotate? Well, in this case, we're doing it so that obviously this thing doesn't just thing. Now, if we move the distance to that. Now, let's see. Why isn't it working? Well, we obviously know why. So, how are we going to fix it? We're going to put in the direction. We're going to go point it in the direction of the mouse pointer. Now, obviously, this doesn't really go really good. Now, obviously, that is not very great. Okay, it's not the best mouse pointer. And plus, if you'd ever want to, click anything, you would want it to set the brightness to 120. And if not, we would set the brightness effect to just 100. Put you back to 0. And yeah, you have a nice mouse cursor. Now, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. We're not done just yet. We're not just gonna add this cool thingy. No, that's useless. I mean, sure, it's good for a few games, but really, what's the fun in this? So, instead of this stuff, we're gonna make it move not 10 steps, but the distance to the mouse pointer. By saying, but you just recreated the go to mouse pointer block. Like, if we just swap everything out, it does the exact same thing. No, this actually has a better refresh rate. And even better, if we encase this inside blocks, say, go to mouse pointer, refresh, we can actually bring this over here, we can bring this over there, and boom. But what's the fun in this? We can't click anything past it. Well, now we're gonna get onto the realistic part. We're gonna create an itty bitty dot right there. Now, what we're gonna do with this dot is this is gonna be the hitbox. So we're gonna switch this to costume 2 and then back to costume 1. Now, why are we doing this? It's because now we have a hitbox. So if we say forever if... So this is like how you'd make a basic computer. Touching pointer touching pointer and mouse down, well, it's just gonna say, uh, hello for 2 seconds. Well, obviously, we want this thing to be seen. So we're gonna grab this thing, we're gonna make a giant thingy, and yeah. And that's the problem, right? Well, not, well, exactly. We don't want this mouse down. We want a variable named mouse pointer. And we're going to say if mouse pointer equals 1. And when the mouse is down, just ignore this. Yeah. So first, we're going to set it to 0. Then, we're going to set mouse pointer to 1. Then we're going to put it to 0. As you can see, it doesn't work. Now, what we're going to actually do is we're going to make it do this. Still nothing, right? Yeah. If I hadn't had actually planned for this thing. See, if we just separate all of this code on, switching it back to costume 2. Well, now, look what happens. We have a fully working hitbox. But then how do we take this into effect? And now, yeah. But then, what do we do? Well, we're gonna make sure that if the, costume number is equal to 2, the costume number equal to 2 be very, very good. But let's actually see why it's not working. It seems here that it's working perfectly fine. And that's the problem. We don't know why it's not working. Unless I did this wrong. You see, if we do this, we can actually see that what seems to be happening is, well, it doesn't want to work. Now, obviously, why would it be working? Well, let's just make sure. We also want an and here. You want to and it with the thing of thing block. The mouse pointer. The costume hash of pointer is equal to 2. Now, why do we want this info from it? Well, let's go take it into effect. obviously it doesn't want to work, but why? Well, if we take a close look, it's obviously there, but it doesn't want to register. So how do we fix it? Well, right now, there's currently no way. Unless, as you can see, now it works. But why? Well, let's go start this thing from a bit of a total scratch. Set the brightness to 30 effect. Switch the costume to 1. Check to see if it's working. And make sure that this line, yes, this. Now, do is yeah. We are going to put this away if I can. You switch the costume to 1. Mouse down. I wanted to do that. But how do we make it actually work? No, no, second. Now let's just set the mouse pointer to 0. Shall we? Let's see what happens. It works, but it doesn't work. Now let's rethink why it works, why it doesn't work. You see, it currently only checks for this, or say hello. But how do we fix this? Well, let's check the code. Mouse down. Set the brightness to that. If the costume number equals 2, it would set the mouse pointer to 1. And then it would do that. But what you have to actually do is after it sets itself, it can't do anything. So, let's see. Set the mouse pointer to 0. Okay? And if the costume number is equal to 2, that's what happens. But then why? It's not working. So let's actually recode it backwards to see if this helps in any way. Oh. Well, as you can see, it does this. But I'm afraid that that's all we're going to be able to do in this episode. So yeah, stay tuned for episode 2, making a realistic mouse pointer. And let's just turn this tracking down. And now we're going to save the project. So yeah, stay tuned and bye.